stay there.
Mrs. Barry can't take the 4 to midnight shift. Her son's had an accident. She's had to take him to the doctor.
You got kids, haven't you?
Yes, 2.
Oh, how old are they?
15 and 12.
Jim! Oh.
Come on, let's make the bed. I'm sorry. I have to go.
And someone's going to wish they hadn't been born. No, Mrs. Davidson, I have not. First of all, the governor's on the warpath. I don't know why, but she could have been in a bonnet about something, so just watch it. Yeah, all right. Well, good. Sort of.
Yeah, I know. My dough's gone too.
How long till breakfast?
I don't know, 10 minutes maybe.
What is it?
I don't know. I don't cook it. I only serve it. Why does everyone bitch at me? I didn't buy it. I didn't cook it.
Oh, put a sock in it.
And someone's been stealing from the women.
Why haven't I heard about this stealing? I'll have it investigated immediately.
No, it's all been taken care of. Money's been returned.
What's wrong with Doreen?
Poor little love. She's on remand too, for kidnapping a kid.
The woman would never harm a child.
How can you say that with a woman like Doreen Burns in here? She was convicted of kidnapping an 11-month-old baby.
Gillespie for reminding her. He ought to be put in there like Yates. The wet clothes. Throw them in the dryer.
I couldn't. I'd suffocate her. I'm leaving a note for Mrs. Davidson. She's got to know why we're doing this.
But you don't want the screws to find that before you go. You better give it to me. I'll make sure they get it afterwards.
Good day, Mrs. Davidson.
I found this in Brian's cell.
Hello? Hi. Come on, you can do better than...
Let's get into it.
Calm down. No, it's not as bad as you think.
You and Lizzie will both lose 2 months' remission. And Doreen will have to face another charge of attempted escape when she goes to trial.
But I could get 18 months. How long does it take to say 2 years?
What, for the kidnapping?
No, the bust out. I got 3 months for the other.
I will. Give us a couple, will you, love? Well, they will if they find the terps and the rope in Evelyn's cell.
Yeah, but if they've already searched the cell, they'll know it's a plant.
It's worth the risk. They still won't know who planted it. A lumbering 40-year-old degenerate.
She's only 48. I'm nearly that age, love.
Meg?
In there.
Oh, God knows. One minute they were having dinner quietly and the next pandemonium.
You've got no idea what it's like out there.
lovely here.
Yeah, real nice. You know, I'm real glad you come to visit me.
Consider your explanation.
Yes, Mrs. Davidson.
One moment, Mrs. Morris. Palmer Street, on foot.
It's a fair hike from here. You go straight down that road there till you get the next set of lights. Turn left, go up 3 streets, turn right. That's Palmer Street.
Well, there's,
Detective Sergeant Rouse, please. I'm rather anxious to talk to you about the B. Smith Mum Brooks case.
You remember my friend Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's been busted.
Nick, you weren't with him?
No.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, well, he's really in trouble. Do you think you could have a word to the police and see if you could get him off?
Nick, that is impossible. Illegal possession of drugs is far more serious than abusive language. You haven't finished your coffee.
It's not lock-up time yet, is it?
No, not yet.
Lock-up time.
Well, there's been a need for someone in the maternity wing. I'll have you transferred there for a time.
Oh.
You've been shanghaied.
They can't do that. No, I've been transferred to maternity for a few days.
Well, how long do you reckon you'll be there?
A couple of weeks.
That's Anna, the one on the right.
Well, there's still Burns and Trapp.
Well, Doreen says she was in the toilet, and Mrs. Hill confirms there was someone in the cubicle.
What's going on?
He's threatening me, Mr. Fletcher.
Well, we're going to have to get a representative from each block.
That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, and the way Vera's carrying on, we might end up with 2 little friends. And I'm beginning to enjoy this.
Hey, somebody's polished off me grog.
Will you quit waving that around like a flag?
Smith, the governor wants to see you.
Oh, needs a hand, does she?
Come on.
Cavelli, get back to the workshop. Shepherd, you come with us.
Come on.
Move. I told you to get to the workshop, Shepherd. Now move. I won't get a chance to do that again.
Hand delivered by the looks of it. Stokes?
What time would it have been when you were speaking to this young lady?
About this time, yes. I only come out for an hour or so because it gets too cold late.
Well, the court's in session right now. I can take you there if you like.
Oh, all sounds all very exciting.
The testified fact that she habitually went running between the hours of 6 and 7 p.m. does not necessarily prove that she did so on this particular occasion.
When she asked you to go with her to her cell. Getting this finished for Sid's more important than... And as they're for Sid, they've got to be real good. You reckon they must have let her off?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Hey, Mr. Fletcher.
So much trouble, too.
Oh, that wasn't any trouble. I like making it.
That's the right alarm. You
stay there.
How long are you in for, love?
3 months.
Oh, that'll pass in a minute.
Well, Lizzie, I appreciate the offer, but I couldn't. It's a man's job. I've never heard of a woman giving the bride away.
I know you probably wouldn't, but I'd like you to give me away. I mean, I know you're the governor and everything, but...
I would be delighted to do it, Doreen.
Oh, gee, thanks.
It's Frank Williamson from the high school, Mr. Page. I'm Christopher's form teacher.
Have a look, will you? We're slugging our guts out and she's getting special privileges.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have an in with the screws, huh?
Hide that tree back to let the sun through, and the daffs are coming along beautifully now.
Sorry, an emergency.
What's happened?
Out on the road, a hit and run. Yes, Wentworth Detention Centre. We need an ambulance immediately.
No, I want to speak to the lot of them. Lock them all up and I'll talk to them one at a time.
Well, I don't think that's really warranted. I will not be dictated to.
You're being obstructive.
Not at all. You are welcome to interview anyone you like, as long as you understand that I am in control. If that is not satisfactory, I am quite willing to discuss it with your superiors.
All right. That's the way it's got to be.
All right, ladies, shut down the machines. I want you all to go back to your cells.
Oh, what's up, Mr. Fletcher?
You ought to be locked into your cells temporarily. Nothing to be worried about.
Come on, hey, why? What for?
You remember Mrs. Morris?
Yeah.
I want you to ring her up. Right now, there's a phone outside. Tell her what's happened and ask her what we can do.
Okay. Meg, it's for you. Christopher Page.
Oh, I wonder what he wants.
53 cents.
Daylight robbery.
$1.02.
And I won't be dealing in this shop again.
I think it's some sort of demonstration. They've got placards and they're chanting slogans.
Demonstrators? Should we call the police?
Oh, I don't think that's necessary.
Oh, there's a hell of a racket out there, huh?
Hey, Mr. Fletcher, we're going to get an exercise period.
What's this? Andrea's got a plan. Well, that's Erica Davidson, the governor of Wentworth. She's the one who's going to get her out. Well, it's all here. Andrea's told us just how to do it.
This the only radio in here?
Yeah, well...
It's being confiscated. I have to confiscate the radios, that's all I know.
Oh, keep still. Oh, I bet you...
What's that?
Oh, it's from an D block. They're rioting because their radio was confiscated.